What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Pendulum. Yes, indeed. How about that? Pendulum making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Robert Lee and Jeff Dempsey. They both want to see me react to this. It is a tune by Pendulum called Come Alive. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Spiral, okay? And the video has 137 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Pendulum, Come Alive Live, Reading Festival 2022. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Reading Festival. 1, 2, 3, jump!
It's interesting. Their sound, like their style, their sound, kind of reminds me of a cross between Duran Duran and Rammstein. Like the two of those bands came together and had a love child, and this is it. This is it. It's got the chordal progression style, the melodic line style of a band like Duran Duran. Doesn't exactly have to be Duran Duran. It could be any of those bands from, like, you know, the early to mid 80s that had that, you know, new wave 80s style, that new wave 80s sound. Combine that with Rammstein's tone, their guitar tone, their distortion tone, and their rhythmic play, their subdivision work. That type of feel with that guitar tone, bass tone, even the keyboard tone to some extent. But definitely with the melodics and the chordal progressions of a new wave 80s style. It's interesting. I don't know if I like it. Part of me does, part of me doesn't. I'm not sure which side of the coin we're going to land on, either on the heads or the tails. I'm not sure if I like it or not. But that we're less than a minute and a half in, so it's hard to say. I'm sure I'll have a much clearer picture of that by the time we're done. But I will say, whether I'm a fan of it or not, I will say it doesn't sound bad. It sounds good. It is pleasing to the ear. Everything I'm hearing makes sense. Everything sounds good. I'm just not sure where I personally stand on it yet. So let's keep going and let's see how we end up here.
First time was good, but I need to see you do it again. Heretic Festival. Are you ready? I need to see everybody jumping. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, jump!
Yeah, the chorus is the hook. Seven. Root. 2, 3. Nice. Yeah. So 6, 6 to the 7 to the root, to the 2 to the 3 down to the 6. To the 7 to the root. Yeah, that's definitely the hook, without question. Got mixed feelings about this. I'm not sure where I stand on this. I'm not sure where I personally stand with this. There were certain things I liked, there were certain things I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I don't know. I think I might be a fan. I think I might be. Let me think about it. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Pendulum with Come Alive. This was a request from Robert Lee and Jeff Dempsey. Okay, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it from a personal standpoint. I don't know if I like these guys or not. It's, part of me does, part of me doesn't. So I'm not sure how I personally feel about these guys. There are some good things, and there's some things that I'm just personally not thrilled about. But looking at what we just saw and what we just heard objectively, putting my own personal feelings aside, looking at this objectively, what we heard, what we saw, what we experienced, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.1. Yep, 7.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.1. What does that mean? Well, a 7.1 would translate to a really good skill rating, because overall, I think we had a really good presentation here. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Yeah, B as in boy. So there you go, a 7.1, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I may not know how I personally feel about this, but I can say there were some things that sounded good, and there were some things that, you know, looked pretty good, and there were some things that I wasn't 100% from an objective standpoint 100% sold on. But the positives far outweigh the negatives. That song is catchy. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. There are definite hooks in that song. In particular, the chorus, the chordal progression in the chorus, very pleasing to the ear. Utilizing the minor 6 to the minor 7 to the root, and then using the 2 and the minor 3rd to use it as a transition to go back and repeat again. I thought that was really well done. Not your typical turnaround utilizing the 2 and the 3. That's a little different. Usually you'll see that if you're going to utilize the 2 and 3, usually it'd be the 3 to the 2. You'll see it descend. We saw an ascension to the 6, which you can interpret as going down to the 6, or you could also interpret it as going up. 2, 3, skip 4, 5, and go right to the 6, just an octave down. There's a lot of ways you can interpret it. That's what happened. It went down. It went to the 6 under the root. But a lot of people could say that you made the ascension. Okay, fine. I mean, it works either way. But that was really cool. I thought that was a little different than what you typically hear, and that the hook was absolutely there. It's simple, yes, but like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. This was done properly. I mean, it absolutely was. It was pleasing to the ear. There was nothing that we heard in the song that made you scratch your head and go, what? I wonder why in the world they went that direction, or I wonder why they chose those chords to fit within the chordal progression, or I don't know if that melodic line exactly fit over what's happening within the chordal progression. No, everything lined up, everything made sense, everything was pleasing to the ear. So I've got no complaints about it. It's simple, yes. It's not impressive whatsoever, but it sounded good. And at the end of the day, that's what you really want. Vocally, it was interesting. Not at all what I was expecting. When I heard the instrumentation kick in, I was expecting more of a gravelly voice style of singing. Maybe even like more leaning toward a spoken word style, much like Rammstein, for example. But instead, we got pure, clean, melodic singing. That was a nice touch, and that was a nice surprise. Wasn't expecting it. It sounded good, and it fit within the context of the song. I still made that comparison. If it sounds like a band like Duran Duran, one of those bands that had a lot of success in the early to mid 80s, had a love child with Rammstein. You know, taking the chordal progressions of a early to mid, 80s, new wave 80s, with a rhythmic style and tone of Rammstein. I thought that was a really nice combination, actually. It's interesting. It's different. It's not at all what I was expecting. I think at the end of the day, I think it's safe to say I actually did like it. So I'm leaning more towards I like this than I'm leaning away from it and saying I don't like it. I'm definitely finding myself leaning more toward the like. It was pleasing to the ear. It sounded good. It had a nice feel. I don't know if this was a big hit for them. I mean, it could have been. It sounded like the crowd knew the song and they responded in kind. As far as the live show goes, yeah, it was kind of a wipe. The production was pretty decent. I would have liked. It seems to me like they kind of rely on their production. I wonder if this is one of those production-based bands, because let's be honest, stage presence, yeah, I'll give them that, sure. Stage energy, no. I didn't see any movement and motion on stage at all. Stage interaction, again, none. Zilch, nada. I didn't see any. Crowd interaction, okay, this is interesting. There was crowd interaction, but nothing visual. It was all done through call and response. It was all done with, words. Reading festival, let me hear you. But nothing engaging up from a visual standpoint to them. So I was curious, and I was contemplating, does that really count as crowd interaction? And my answer is yes, it does count as crowd interaction. He is still interacting with the crowd, just utilizing his voice instead of his hands. So yes, I will count that. It's the big one, so that definitely helps. Showmanship? Nah, zilch, nada. Big fat goose egg there. Production. There was some production. The lighting was clearly designed. The utilization of all those monitors up on stage, it looked like old television sets. And the utilization of cryo. Now, they only used the cryo once. I'm really curious as to why that is. I mean, you're going to use it once. You might as well use it in a couple of its key spots within the song, but it would have helped. If they had done more with the cryo, it definitely would have helped. I don't know. Are these guys a production-based band where they rely on their production, like a band like Rammstein, where they rely on their production to provide their visual spectacle? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of these guys to be able to make that call. I've only got this one performance, and maybe this is just maybe this is the only song where they don't move and they rely on their production. Maybe the rest of the shows that they do, the rest of the songs that they do, maybe they're more active and they interact with each other more, and they create more stage energy. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to see more before I make that call. But based on everything I saw and everything I heard, a 7.1 sounds just about right. So that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.1, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.